Hello, Gun Nation. Big Johnson coming at you. How is everybody doing? I've been saying hi to everybody, so that way we wouldn't. Hello, Pistol Pete. All right. It says we are officially live now. I guess it was delayed for some reason. But yes, I've got a lot of information to get into. I'm going to take y'all's questions. Hello, Dennis. Got a lot of y'all's questions and then some questions that were actually asked to me on a couple of videos. We'll get into it. And I'll go ahead and answer. I think Dennis was asking me earlier, I think he was, about the Holosun, the new one, the ACSS reticle from Primary Machine or Primary Arms. Um, I have not been to the range with it yet, but I have been doing a lot of dry fire, even more than when I first just was showing it. And I've been outside with it in the backyard playing around with it and just kind of seeing if it's different from sunlight to interior light and all that other stuff. And as y'all all know, and I've said, I do not run mine on automatic mode, so I don't want it to change. I want to be able to control the brightness or the dimness or however I see fit. But so far it is pretty good to go. Like it's got the big circle, which is like 100 MOA circle. But when you hold it out, as long as you have your little chevron in the center, you don't even see the ring. So it just totally disappears. But if you pull the gun in closer to you, then you can see the circle. But I think it's really a great, and I'm not saying I'm a professional dot shooter. Please don't take that the wrong way. But when you come out with your presentation, if you're a little low or a little high, and that does happen to me with Glocks because of a little bit of different angle. So when I come out with a Glock, I have to make sure that I'm muzzle low, because if I'm muzzle high, the dot I have to pull the dot down sometimes. But so far, I'm really liking it. As y'all all know, I'm a Holosun fan. The 507C is one of my favorite optics. But with this chevron and with my astigmatism in both eyes, where you'll get the dot being a little blurry, this chevron is actually really clear, like I said in the video. Now, what I don't know is actually like, impact yet, because I haven't been to the range yet. So when I shoot it, I want to see like how precise that tip of that chevron is. But I don't really think it's going to be any big deal, especially like if you're just shooting for, center mass and a self-defense. I mean, hell, you could put that chevron right on somebody's chest or right literally on their nose, and you're going to have a face shot or a chest shot. So I've just got to really, get it dialed in and get used to it in live fire, and then I'll have more information. But so far, I think it's a win. I'm not finding any problems with it. And if you want, on that video that I released, you can go down and click that link. That'll take you to the Primary Arms website, and then you can just put Holosun 507 in there. It'll pop up, and you can buy it. It's an affiliate link. I'm being honest with you. I get a little percentage, if you choose to purchase it. If you don't, that's cool too. But yes, Pistol Pete, you're exactly right. When you do tilt it, like I was showing in that video, that circle, if you see a little part of the circle, it'll tell you right where to bring it. That's what I'm saying. It's basically like a training aid for newer dot shooters, because I've had friends, that aren't used to dots at all, and they put it up there and they're like, "Where's the dot?" And they're like, "Oh, there it is." So I could see that being a huge benefit to somebody that's new to shooting dots. It's kind of like training wheels, so to say, or an aid. And then the neat thing is when you get used to it, you can actually just turn the big circle off, and you can just have the chevron, so it's not permanently on there all the time. One thing I did do prior to putting it on the gun, and I didn't bring it up in the video, I put it on one of those little Holosun pick rails, because I have tons of those. They used to send them out. You don't get them anymore. But I put it on a pick rail and, screwed it on the little plate. And then I put it on an AR, and I was kind of holding it out there. And, I was kind of thinking it might act like the donut of death, for the EOTechs. And I could see where it would work, but rather than having like a 65 MOA like the EOTech, or a 32 MOA like the regular Holosun, it's got that 100. So, I mean, I guess if you're shooting really far at a big target, I guess it would work, but I personally wouldn't put that on an AR. Now on a shotgun, it might work a little better, but I don't want that big of a spread on a shotgun because I'm not going to use it for birdshot. But I definitely think it is very useful. So I would highly recommend it, even though I haven't shot it. I do think that the little big circle with that aid, because I purposely put it out with one hand, where I might not be as familiar with my left hand, because I throw like a girl with my left hand. I can't do shit with my left hand, just being honest. I've thrown it out there and I've used that 100 MOA circle to dial it right in, no problem. Hello, Texas Jam, Indy Irish. I've missed a lot of people. Hello, Dan O'Neill, Frederick Thornton, Anthony Lamustro, A-Dubs. Fina, I said hi to them earlier. Pat. Yeah, exactly. Got a comment. I really think that, that's what I'm saying. If you're in an awkward shooting position, or, maybe having to go around something, I still would, definitely want to put the dot on what I need to. And that's the thing about, these, when you shoot a dot, if your dot is on the person or the object or whatever, because of the parallax and stuff, you can pull the trigger and that's where it's going to go. I mean, as long as you keep it stationary, it's going to go exactly where you want it to. Even if you've got a weird angle, as long as you can see that dot, that's where the bullet's going to be if you've got it dialed in correctly. So that's that. Now, I did want to bring this up, and this is really good, and it can help a lot of people. And my discount code is actually good. I just found out, but Harry's Holster is discontinuing his Singleton Gen 2 because he's releasing the Gen 3. So you can actually save 38% off of the Gen 2. And the Gen 2 is a great one. I've got 3 of them, 3 different models. And you can go on his site. I put a link in this description of the chat. You can go up there and tap it, but you can also use my discount code, Big Johnson, capital B, capital J, all smashed together, and that'll save you an additional 10% off. So you could save up to 48% off. I mean, I looked at the prices on these. You can get a pretty damn smoking deal. He's got the Canik TP9 SF, the CZ P01, and the Omega P07. He's got the P10C, FN509, Glock 17, Glock 19, Glock 43, Glock 48, VP9, P320, 365, Smith & Wesson Shield. Now that is the original Shield, the Hellcat, the Taurus G2C, and the Taurus G3, Taurus or the Walther PDP. So anything in the Gen 2, you can actually get that sale on, and then you can use my code and save some more money. They're limited quantities, so if you want one, I would grab it, because if you don't, they're going to be gone, because once they're sold out, he's not making any more Gen 2s. And the only difference is on the Gen 3, where the clips come down, there's a new revised pad, or like he's kind of made it up higher. That's the only difference. So he shows a picture on his site, so you can go to his website, Harry's Holsters, and then just use the discount code Big Johnson, capital B, capital J. Without, if you don't want a wing and you don't want a wedge, you're looking at $44, then an additional 10% off. I mean, that's pretty smoking. So you can see what the normal prices are, so you can go in there and check them out. But I just wanted to definitely bring that to your attention, because I've had so many people when is he going to have a sale? And he just announced this, or officially, just probably less than an hour ago. So I thought I'd bring it up. What's up, Bald? How are you, man? Let's see here. Probably because you haven't been wearing his stuff for 4.5 years. Let's see here. Hello, Frank. Let's see here. Okay. Dennis is thinking about putting it on his LTT. Yeah, I mean, so far it's pretty cool. Like I said, I have not live shot it, or I haven't live fired it, so I'm just being totally honest with you. But if it's got the same reputation as the other 507s, and the neat thing, this is the X2, so it does have the battery tray that pops out, so you don't have to take it off to change it. Let's see here. So I told you about the Harry's Holsters. Also, Canik. If y'all aren't aware, Canik just released, Humble Marksman actually posted this. Canik just released the SFX Rival competition gun. So it's kind of like a Cerakoted gray. It's got like a gold mag well and like a gold trigger and a gold, looks like a mag or a slide release. It's got 18 round mags. But anyway, I don't know how much it's going to be yet, but it's called the Canik SFX Rival competition gun if anybody's interested. And it kind of looks like the old SFX. They've just done, maybe some color modifications and stuff. Looks a little different. The thing that I would be curious about, because the thing I didn't like about the Canik SFX or the original one is the front end was so damn light. So it was like it was back end heavy. I'm not saying I couldn't shoot it because I could, but it seemed like the weight was all jacked up. So like they took too much weight off the front of the slide. So maybe that's what they had to do to get it to run reliably, but it just shot weird. So when I would shoot it, even with the really tight grip, it just had that little bucking sensation, kind of like the SIG X5, the original X5 had, not the Legion, but the X5. But let's see here. Bald's asking me about trucks. 3500 6.4 Hemi dually. If you are going to buy a 3500, 2500, or whatever, if it's going to be a heavy duty pull truck, you're insane to get gas. I will definitely tell you that. You need to get a diesel because it has torque. Your gas mileage is going to suck. So definitely get a diesel. And I'm a big Cummins fan. So I would not have a gas engine pulling any kind of weight. That's just me. And Bald, my background. So definitely stay with a diesel. Anything you're going to pull, even a camper trailer, whatever. A lot of people don't account for if something's really high, like your camper trailer is. They don't count for wind drag. So they're like, oh, it only weighs 3,000 pounds. But if it's 15 feet in the air above your truck, you also, that's like holding your hand out the window, and hitting the wind. So it's a hell of a wind block. So it just kills your gas mileage. It puts stress on your differential, your transmission, everything else. So just get a damn diesel. Thank me later. Can't get diesel, not spending 100K on a new truck. Only going to, he probably meant only going to tow 1 or 2 times a month. I'm just telling you, Bald. Well, hell, if you're going to buy a 3500, you're going to spend 70 or 80 grand, 90 grand. So there's a reason that real pullers, and it's always better to have more torque and more power than you're ever going to need. And you will find out when you're towing, if you pull that little bobtail thing or bobcat thing that you have or whatever, you're going to notice tongue weight. You're going to notice a lot of other things. Even though it's set up as a 3500, it'll have overloads in the rear. But I'm just telling you, you'll thank me later. I don't care if you're only towing, once a month. Always better to have more truck than you'll ever need. Yeah, but anytime they estimate miles per gallon, that is with the mirrors folded in. That's with no wind. And so trust me, I know all about gas mileage. Realistic gas mileage is not what you're going to get. So you can read all you want. They also overinflate the tires. So they're running max tire pressure in all of the tires. So they're only getting a little fraction of the tire, the center of the tire, instead of the flat part of the tire. They're only getting a center. So if your tire's that wide, you're only getting that much on the ground. So there's ways around gas mileage, trust me. Good luck, Bald. Right now with the chips, you can't get trucks. They're non-existent. You can't get trucks. I've got dealers that normally have 500 trucks. They've got 2 trucks on their whole lot because of this computer chip shit. So it ain't happening. I would say wait and wait till all the trucks come in. And that's the same for Ford, Chevy, Toyota, Dodge, all of them. Let's see here. Okay. Also, I did get my thermal sighted in, so the thermal's all done. I think I already told you all that, but I did get the suppressor tuned to it also. I'm running 147s and 150s for the 308. So I did get the suppressor timed and tuned, and I did it myself. You know, it's adjustable gas block, but basically you start off with it all the way closed. You run it, it won't cycle. You just keep repeating it till it cycles. After I tuned it, I ran it about, gosh, I think I ran about 60 rounds of 308 through it to test it. Tested perfectly. The suppressor was glowing. I had it super hot. I was doing fast shots, slow shots, just to check it to make sure that it was going to work. Now, when I take the suppressor off, I will have to tune it for like 168s or anything that is non-suppressed. But it's only 2 or 3 more clicks, so it's not a big deal. But anyway, that's the deal on the suppressor. Indy Irish, I have a Trash Panda 30 cal can. Pistol Pete, that's the thing right now. Also, even for used trucks, you're going to pay $3,000 to $5,000 above what they're actually worth due to the truck shortage right now. So now is not the time to buy vehicles. If y'all remember, I said this about 4 months ago. If you want to buy a truck, now's the time to do it. So obviously, Ball wasn't listening. Captain Phil has a Shield Plus on the way. That's cool, man. I've played around with the Shield Plus a little bit. I haven't shot it yet. Definitely feels like a good little gun. I mean, I think it's, of course, they're selling like crazy. Frank says, Big Johnson Guns and Gear have been working on big trucks for over 40 years. Stick with a diesel. If you need to pull anything other than just like, you know, a little small trailer or something like that, if you need to pull equipment, get a diesel. Am I going to get a suppressor? Fina's asking, am I going to get a suppressor barrel for my staccato? No. If you've followed and listened to me, I'm not a big, the only thing that I like shooting suppressors on pistols is actually a 22 pistol. I'm not a, I mean, and I've shot them before, 9mm, 45s, things like that, but pistol suppressors really don't do much for me. Even if you get it in the short configuration, you know, a lot of them are bigger, and even with suppressor sights, sometimes they're hard to see over. They're not as accurate. They're real, you know, some, just because of the length on them, some are a little nose heavy, and they just don't do anything for me. They're not really movie quiet except for the 22s. So I'm a rifle can guy or PDW can guy. Or 22 can guy. So, and that's just kind of what I think. What do I think of the court ruling in California? I think it's awesome. Now, will it stick? I don't know. You know that they have that stay. So I know that they're going to throw up appeals and all that other stuff, just like they did on the Freedom Week for the magazines for California. So I don't know. We're just going to have to see what it comes out to be. I mean, I just think they need to shut the hell up and leave people alone. And that's kind of what we're going to get into. Hello, James. How are you, man? And we'll talk about that in just a second, Richard, because that's actually a question that I have written down that people have been asking me. I just feel, you know, especially with this brace stuff that's happening right now, I think what it's truly trying to become is a gun registry, because I think that if they come out and they say, you know, braces, because if you've looked at that freaking 80-page document, and I've kind of dove into it and dug into it, and of course there's videos all on it, everything would pretty much be a 4, you know, between their grading system, a 1 to a 4. And also on the very top of the first page, if you go up and read it, even if you had a 3 or a 2, and I don't know how the hell you could get that because I read every damn thing about it, but if you could get a 2 or a 3, anything that's a 4 is automatically an SBR in their eyes. But if you look at the very first page, it says basically everything is up to their interpretation. So even if you have a 2 or a 3, with that very first document, the very first paragraph, it actually says they can read into it what they want. So everybody's going to get a 4. I don't give a shit what you have. So I think it's a bunch of bullshit. Also, I've got something for them right here, a big old bag of spicy nuts. take that for what you want. But I think this is the way, because even if they came out and they said, okay, what we're going to let you do is we're going to let you, we're going to let you sign up for a free, we're going to waive the tax stamp fee. Put your name and your address and your serial number and all this other shit here. They're just leading to a gun registry. So if they ever push this, assault rifle crap, then they'll have all the information they need, your serial number, where you live, the whole works. So I think that's what they're pushing for also. I know they want their tax stamp money. I know they want power and control, and I know they want a registry. So do with it what you want to do. That's what I'm saying. All right, Richard Jenkins, best 2011 for range day. Here's two ways to look at it, and this is the question. I've actually had people, so they're like, so you carry a 2011? Why the hell do you carry a 2011? And you can go on the videos and look at it. I just had this question asked today. Why would you carry a 2011? Now, here's what I'll say. I've shot the Staccato P. I've shot the Atlas. I've shot the Staccato XL. I've shot my C2. I've shot a bunch of 2011s, also the big competition 2011s that I actually owned. Here's the way I look at it. My Staccato C2, it's optic ready, and it will take all the way up to the 170 millimeter mags. I mean, I could put the big old sticks in it if I want to, and I've got tons of the 20 round mags. I think for the best all around bang for your buck, the C2 is really hard to beat. Because you can carry it. It's got the alloy frame. It's super controllable. I mean, you can watch the videos I've got where I'm rapid shooting it. We'll take the larger mags or the smaller mags, the 16 round mags, 17 round mags, whatever you want to put in it. You can put a different trigger in it if you want. You can do all the upgrades to a 2011 that you want to do to it. I just think all the way around, it's the best bang for the buck. I've shot the Ps. I love the Ps. They're all steel. They're a little heavier, which isn't a big deal. I mean, I've carried full-size 1911s. Okay, I got you, Bald. Bald's texted me. I just think for the best all-around carryable firearm, usable firearm, I go to the range. I can rapid fire it. I can do regular range stuff with it. I don't have to have a big gun, and that's the thing about the dot. When you have a dot and you're shooting dot guns, you don't need sight radius because you're not using the sights. You're using the dot. So, it doesn't matter if it's a 6-inch or a 4-inch. You're using the dot. So, or looking at your target, target focus. So, really doesn't come into play. I shot the P and I shot the C2, and honestly, they shoot exactly the same to me. And the C2 feels like a bigger gun when you're shooting it. It doesn't feel like a small gun. And I've got huge hands, and my hands fit on it where they won't on a Glock 19. So, or they will on a 19X with the tab, but they won't on a regular 19. So, it's going to be up to you and what you think. But just for the money, if you're really looking at, you could go Tri-Arc, you can go, you can go custom, you can go do all this other stuff. But I think for the bang for the buck, I'm really enjoying that Staccato C2 Duo. I wouldn't buy the C because it's only an 8-round mag. I would get the C2 because, and I would also always get the optic ready. If you don't want an optic and you're like, I'm an iron guy, leave the plate on there and just shoot it as an iron gun. But at least, you can go get it milled afterwards, but it's going to cost you a lot more. So just spend the money up front and get the optic one. That's my opinion. So for what it's worth. Yes, Richard, I would still get the C2. It really shoots like a bigger gun. It really does. I enjoy the hell out of it. Dexter is saying, Big Johnson Guns and Gear, do you still shoot airsoft fun stuff too? Yeah, I still have that airsoft stuff. Matter of fact, I got another airsoft rifle and I've been playing around with it. I have been doing more real guns than airsoft. I've been shooting airsoft in the backyard. I've got that little target. If y'all watch that video, I've been shooting the hell out of that target. It's getting pretty beat up. It's a little steel target that catches the BBs. you know, it's fun. Airsoft is fun, and I enjoyed going out there. We just had a lot of rain, so I hadn't been able to go back out there. And plus, I've been doing real gun stuff and getting that hog gun set up. So, you know, just haven't had a lot of time to, you know, play around with them or go back and out and do an airsoft event again, so to say. If you look at the history, Kyla, on the Ninth Circuit, they're garbage. So yeah, they're going to challenge it. So yes, I do need to put that. Give them a big old spicy bag of nuts. That's what I think, and that's another thing I was going to say, or I was talking about Indie Irish. I think they're trying to push and push and push on this brace issue, but I think what they're trying to do is start a registry. Because think about it, braces are usually on AR pistols, you know, PDWs. They're on stuff like that. So I think if they can just start a registry, because if it ever goes to the real courts, they're going to throw it out. I don't think they're, you know, these things have been out forever. But then again, you know, the ATF cannot write laws, or they can't pass laws, but they can change all this wording to all of a sudden try to make you a felon. And then, you know, if you're at a gun range, happen to be shooting it, and there's some little whiny bitch there, you know, that's what you would have to deal with. So, you know, I just say do what you want to do. These aren't oddball configurations. 5 to 10 million braces in the wild is the definition of common use. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. They're just, my true feeling is they're trying to start a list of everybody. That's what I think they're doing. Yes, Milkman liking his C2 better than his XD9 or XDC9 or EDC X9. I don't own an EDC X9. However, I have shot one. I shot Harry's actually. Now not without the not with the dot on it, but I really like Wilson Combat. I mean, they make fantastic guns, but honestly, between those two guns, even though the EDC9 does not have a grip safety, that's what I really love about the EDC9. I think the C2 shoots better than the EDC X9 personally. And I've had other people tell me the same thing. So, and obviously you just did too. Yeah, Bald, I think you'd really enjoy it. I mean, it's a fantastic gun. And I'll just be honest with you, it's right here. I can't show it, but I have not carried since I knew that this one was reliable. And shit, it's got over probably 1,600 rounds through it now, and I'm not joking around. Since I knew that it was reliable, I have not carried another gun in probably about 4.5 months. So, I mean, if that tells you anything, and I've got plenty to carry. Big J, Bald and I were talking over the weekend about coming down to Texas and shooting some hogs from a helicopter. Yeah, hog hunting. That's awesome. I haven't done it. I have not done it. I want to do it, but I haven't done it yet. But I've seen a lot of guys that have done it. That would be really badass. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Okay. Hello, Wild and Wild Arm. How are you doing? Congratulations. Hello, I hit the 1,000 subscriber today. Thanks, Big Johnson Guns and Gear. Hey, congratulations, Will and Will Arm. If y'all haven't checked him out, he's going to do his subscriber giveaway. He's giving away a 6.8 upper. That's pretty awesome. Ohio Gun Gear is saying, have you seen the chunk port cut for the C2 done by Monsoon Tactical? Roger from QVO had it done on a C2, and it looks badass. Yes, sir, I have. And actually, a buddy of mine that lives in Phoenix had his done. And he also had his P with the chunk port put on his P, and he really likes it. So, or I'm sorry, no, he had the chunk port done on his P, and then he had his C2. Gosh, what is it where they drill or ported, where they drill the holes in the barrel and the top, and he really likes it. So I think it's awesome. The only concern I have, Ohio Gear, is you're taking a 3.4 or 6 inch barrel, and you're cutting a huge chunk out of the front of it. So, we need velocity for the smaller guns. My only concern is, and I would really like to see it, how much velocity, before and after the chunk port is done. Because on a smaller gun like that, if you're losing too much velocity, I want great penetration, on a shorter barrel. I mean, I want all the benefits that you get out of it. And I don't know what the characteristics of that would change. Now, I know that it voids the warranty of the gun. That's not a big deal to me. However, I would just be really concerned about the velocity. Now, on a P, it's a longer barrel. It's a 4.4. So if you do the end, it's basically a staccato C, but with a comp. It's kind of like a mini XC, and I think that'd be pretty damn cool. Yeah, and you know what? That's what made me write this down. I had somebody even question today, because I put up that picture the other day on the community deal, and I had some people who were like, "Oh my God, you carry a 2011? You're crazy. Why do you carry a 2011?" And I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Why do you carry a Glock? Why do you carry a Taurus?" And then I've had people like, "Oh, if you shoot somebody, they're going to take your gun." Okay. I mean, I want the best gun that I feel comfortable with to carry. So, and right now it's that one. And no, I don't dislike my Shadow 2. I had somebody ask me that too. Shadow 2, I don't carry a Shadow 2. It doesn't have the drops. It's a competition gun or a target gun or a range gun. I just wouldn't carry that. I mean, I know people who do. I just wouldn't. And it's not about weight and size. I don't care about that. It's just I have no reason to carry it. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. The porting, and my buddy who has the C2, he had his ported, and he did a test, and he didn't really notice anything. But the chunk, or what they're calling is the chunk port, is they're cutting off like a chunk of the barrel. They're kind of cutting it out, and acting as a comp. So I think it could affect it a little more, but I don't know. I'm just speaking out of my ass because I don't know. That's why I would want to do check the velocity before and then after and see what you're losing. I kind of look at the ATF saying we're going to do this and we're going to do that and all this other stuff. I kind of, I take their stuff with a grain of salt because they don't make laws. That would be like a police officer or somebody, saying, "Oh, you can't do that and you can't do this," when it's in my Constitution or Bill of Rights. I mean, yeah, I legally can do it. It's right here. So for them to just make up crap and say this and say that, that doesn't fly. Yeah, I was hoping that when Roger did that on QVO, I was hoping, or I was kind of wondering if he would have checked velocities before and after. And heck, maybe Monsoon has done that. Maybe they have physically checked the velocity before and after, so maybe they could give you that information before you cut it. All right, thoughts on carrying a LCR 357 Magnum or J-frame ankle carry for work? I have to bend over and be all kinds of awkward positions at my job. I mean, like I said, having a gun on you is good wherever you can carry it. The only thing that I would be concerned about, and I bend over and do all kinds of weird things too. Probably not as much as you, but it's wherever you feel comfortable with it. But the thing is if stuff really went down, are you going to have time to go down, pull up your pants leg? Of course, if you're behind something and something's popping off or you've got cover, but to go down and, everybody just thinks they can lift their pants up real quick and rip their, ankles or their firearm out of their ankle and do work. But, it just depends on if somebody's on top of you or where the hell and what's going on. I mean, it's better than nothing, but you know, I did that. I used to carry when I had my boots made, I would have them put a little pocket in there where I could put a gun in a pocket of the boot, in the side of it, kind of like a little holster, for small, like a small backup pistol. Honestly, be super honest with you, never even, I mean, I would pull it up real quick, try to grab it, but I wouldn't depend on that to save my life. I just wouldn't. So that's my opinion, but like I said, it's just an opinion. All right, let's get to see if I got all this stuff here real quick. Oh, I put up a little thing about In-N-Out, kind of like In-N-Out versus Whataburger. We have In-N-Outs, you know, in Texas where I live, and honestly, I'm not an In-N-Out fan. You know, they're okay, I guess, if that's the only thing around. But I'm a Whataburger fan, born and raised in Texas, so I prefer Whataburger. So I put up a little thing, and I was like, In-N-Out sucks, fight me. And I had people like, "Oh, you're crazy, In-N-Out's good," and all this other stuff. And then I, of course, had some Whataburger fans, but I was just doing it, goofing around. But I'm not the biggest In-N-Out fan personally. But let me know if you like In-N-Out or if you like Whataburger. That'd be, you know, curious on this chat to see. Yeah, Pistol Pete, I appreciate you. Everybody smash that thumbs up. Hell, I didn't even start the chat, and I had 5 thumbs down, so I guess I have a bunch of haters. But I guess if you don't have haters, you're not doing something right. James Johnson, all right. I knew we had the same name. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it depends on what you like. I know a lot of people like, you know, from the West Coast, you know, they're all In-N-Out, In-N-Out, In-N-Out. But you know, it is what it is. And yes, Whataburger did get bought out, and they got bought out, I think, by I don't know if it's a California company or something. So I'm hoping the quality doesn't go down. I know they've already canceled some stuff that I really liked. I preferred the wheat buns, and they don't carry them anymore. Carl's Jr. I've had a couple of Carl's Jr.'s. Yeah, I've seen Texas Roadhouse. Hell, they've got them like in Louisiana. They've got them in Kansas. I mean, they've got them everywhere. I think it's kind of funny when I see Texas, you know, Texas Roadhouse. But yeah, they have pretty good food. Oh, hell no. I would look into one of the urban carry holsters that allows you to do conceal beneath the waistline. Kyla, I would not give one of those to my worst enemy. They are hot garbage. They sent me one years and years ago to play with. It's a turd. It is horrible. I would not even waste your money. I mean, you literally have to like grab it and pull it up, and you're like pulling with your left hand and yanking your gun out with your right hand. So what if you had to fight off an attacker or something with your left hand, you know, where you could just normally draw a gun? Now you can't rip it out and then grab your gun before it falls out. I did all kinds of tests with it. I didn't even do a video on it. The thing is a turd. So please don't buy that hot garbage crap. You are not going to be quieter than a Navy SEAL with that piece of shit. So don't waste your money. Also, I'm in Oklahoma this week. So they've got a bunch of weird stuff going on around here. This is a pretty nice hotel where I am. 100 yards right there, literally 100 yards. They have a tent camp set up. And I'm not making this up. Literally, I don't know how well y'all can see this. Half of the street, people are sleeping in half the street in these little homemade tents. There's in this picture, there's 2 tents. Now there's 4 tents over there. I mean, it's crazy. And I was in the 7-Eleven this morning getting some stuff, and had definitely a weird lady messing with me. And I was like, you need to step away. She was saying some stuff that was a little pornographic in the middle of the 7-Eleven to me. So it was weird. Hey, Dave Gass, how are you doing, man? Five Guys is awesome. I love Five Guys. They have really great burgers. Five Guys is good stuff. Yeah, okay. Texas, yeah, Texas Roadhouse, I guess, is everywhere. Georgia, yeah, they're everywhere. I didn't realize they were that many places, but I have seen them in some weird places. Yeah, the Sneaky Pete's is kind of like a little flip up where you can just grab it. You know, some of them are square, and of course, Will and Will Arms done videos of them, but just stay away from those urban carry things. Yeah, you know, and this is what's crazy. I need to put up homeless FEMA camps that are sitting there empty. Yeah, and I mean I agree with that. But look at this. And of course I'm in Texas, so we're getting it like crazy. But all of this border, you know, all the illegals coming across. I mean, it's crazy. And I know people in McAllen. I personally know them. A buddy of mine actually has a ranch out there. They have found immigrants like on their ranch, kids and adults. It's getting bad. It's you know you're not seeing all of this on the news, but it's insane what's going on, and it's only going to get worse. So you know it's just like come on in, and we're going to pay for it. I mean, you got Californians paying for it, you've got Texans paying for it. You know, we're getting hit, and then they're putting them on planes and taking them all over the damn place. So who knows where they're going to end up. Michigan too. Okay. Yeah, yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. We're paying for hotels for them. We're putting them up. We're doing all of this, and that's our tax dollars. You know, I already deal with that at Parkland Hospital. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Parkland Hospital in downtown Dallas. It is there are over, and I'm not joking about this. You can actually Google it. It's Parkland Hospital. There are over 100 births there per day. 99% of them don't pay a dime. We pay for it. So, Parkland Hospital, not making it up. Look it up. Yeah, it's insane. So now we're paying for that and all the illegals. So it's getting worse and worse. Da, 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 All right, and I did want to bring this up. I just wanted to get y'all's opinion. What is the worst thing? I'm not trying to be negative, and you don't really have to call out channels. That's not what this is about. It's about things that you see. What is the worst thing about gun channels that you see and don't like? Just curious. You don't have to call out the channels. I'm not picking on anybody. That's not what this is about. Just like their attitudes or fakeness or whatever it is. But you don't have to put the name of the channels. What are some things about gun channels that you do not like? Just curious. Okay, guy comment is saying the long intro with ads. Okay, are you talking about their intro, or you mean just ads in general, or they have a long like intro for their channel? And I'm sure that's probably what you're meaning. Of course, bald. I knew that's his idol. TYM is his idol. Shaming those that can only afford budget guns. Drama. You're welcome, Kyla. Too many drama tourist or too many damn tourist videos. Gun shaming. Okay. I don't care for all the begging for Patreon and telling you that if you donate, you would be able to see all their exclusive content. Okay, those are some good ones. I like teach and opinion best, not so much people shooting. Okay. 5 minutes of sponsored yapping. Bradley saying all of the above. Where'd he go? All of the above. Hey, Floridian, how are you, man? Oh, it's in Houston this week. Cool. Good deal. You need to, if you're in Houston, you need to try out, oh, what the hell's the name of that place? Crap. It's a Mexican place there. They have them all over the place. They're all in Houston. I can't remember the damn name of it, but it's really good food. Um, okay. Worst thing is pimping themselves out for whatever new merch is for sale instead of being critical and only recommending the few best items. Okay. Long dumb music and long intros, useless stuff, just make the video longer. Okay, excessive foul language. I like to see the gun, not the person talking. Yeah, Saltgrass isn't bad. It's actually a pretty decent place. I hate theatrical skits. Okay, agreed. Um, yeah, and I actually had some written down. The things I don't like, this is just me, is okay, when I meet a person, and I've met a lot of YouTubers, I like the YouTubers that are their same self on video that they are in person. And some of the guys are over dramatic. They're like, "Oh, hi," doing all that stuff. I know they're not like that in real life. They just can't be. Matter of fact, I met one. I'm not going to say who they are. I met one when I went far out of town. This was years and years ago. Um, Pretty big channel, and they're the most quiet, timid person I have ever met. I don't know if it's because they were short and I was tall. I don't know, but they don't act like that on the video. And it was really very disappointing. Matter of fact, I don't even have anything to do with that person anymore. And I'm not here to call out names and all that other shit. Don't really like the drama, like between. That's why I'm not calling out channels. I don't really do that. I don't like the drama between one channel and another channel. They got soap operas for that shit. If you want to watch that, I don't really give two shits about that. And when people get involved in that, I just think it's dumb. I think it's childish. We're not in freaking fourth grade. But that's just me. I'm not much into the like begging for Patreon and all that stuff either. But if that's what that person wants to do and that's their livelihood, hey, go for it. I'm not one to judge someone. I can just choose not to watch if I choose to, and that's what other people can do. But oh, and also, I don't know if anybody knows this, but I'm actually on Odyssey. So all of my videos get sent over to Odyssey. So if you ever, anything happens to YouTube, because just so y'all know, my last 4 videos instantly demonetized. So I don't know if they're fixing to start, coming after everybody. It is what it is. But in case something happens, I'm over on Odyssey. If y'all want to go over there and subscribe, that's cool. Grand Thumb, some of the stuff's kind of cheesy, but some of it's pretty entertaining. Matter of fact, I watched that shotgun video that he just did with those dummies where they've got the built-in rib cages and the lungs and the heart. That was pretty damn impressive. Actually, those things are freaking cool. I would love to buy the heads and the bodies, but man, I know they're not cheap. Let's see here. Concerning themselves with what other channels are doing, drama, only responding to super chats, 1,000 sponsorship links, and begging for Patreons. I work too hard for my funds to give it away. Yeah, I mean, I understand. I won't ever ask for Patreon or any of that kind of stuff. I do have affiliate links. Y'all all probably know that. I don't lie about it. So like if you buy a holster, I get a percentage and stuff like that. But I do not ever hawk shit that I don't believe in. I'm not that way. I hope y'all know that by now. I'm not like, hey, buy this, it's awesome, and then fuck, that's the last you hear about it. I mean, I've done 2 and 3 year reviews on crap, even just gear that I bought, that I appreciate. But like I said, who would this be? Who's Milkman talking about? The one who never has a negative thing to say about the gun they're reviewing. Just be honest. Yeah, I mean, You know, like I've said, I've came right out and say it. I don't buy budget stuff, and there's nothing wrong with it. I will not knock anyone for it. Well, I can't say I don't ever have any budget stuff. I've got like some, tripods and stuff like that that aren't the highest, price, but I believe in buying something that is a good quality for a reasonable price. That's why I'm not the guy that's like, when I was asked about the 2011, I'm not like going to be go buy an Atlas or else or you're, a poor or whatever. 2011s aren't cheap, so I don't just say you got to buy the most expensive stuff, but uh, bu- 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 okay. He's saying, Rock, Military Arms Channel used to be a gun channel, and one of my favorites now is just a bunch of pleading for Patreon, telling you shop at Big Daddy Unlimited. No, it looks like everybody has dumped Big Daddy Unlimited. I think they've, because Big Daddy, from what I understand, doesn't ever have anything in stock because of this stuff that we're going through. Yeah, Floridian, you need to go to all the academies while you're down there because that's where you can find your ammo. They have a ton of it in Houston. Hey, Bald, you got to give Coda Boy a break on that. He was trying to make a shot and fell for it. Hell, and I was shooting a USPSA match and broke my toe. So shit happens. Um, Brandon saying, can you do a video on the Glock 40 10 millimeter and teach how to make headshots on steel? I like Grand Thumb. Okay. Like I've said before, I have nothing against 10 millimeter personally. If that's what you want, that's cool. Everybody forgets that I'm old, and 10 millimeter was around way back when, and it was kind of like the 40. Now it's making, it kind of goes up and down. I've shot 10 millimeter. I mean, to me, it's kind of like a 40 plus P. I mean, it is what it is. I guess if you live in bear country, it's great to have it. I have no reason to have it. The ammo is more expensive. It's just not plentiful. And if shit ever went bad, I would never depend on a 10 millimeter to get me through what I needed to do personally. Big J, ever use EGW dot sight mount for the PO9? No, I have not. I don't believe in dovetail mounts, honestly. I've tried them and seen people who have shot them. I didn't own it. I just shot one, and it was on the back, and when it was reciprocating, it was getting wiggle. So your dot was kind of wiggling. And, I would prefer to have it milled. I know that it's not easy for everybody to do that. You could buy a sight mount if you want to experiment with it. However, a lot of those mounts are like $70. Some are 45. So you've just invested 45 or 70 in part of your milling job. And a lot of mill companies will do a slide cut for like 125 bucks. So put the money towards milling it. And I'm telling you, once you go with the dot, you're probably never going to go back to just irons. I'm just letting you know. I really don't think, if you really commit to it. Yeah, I like Honest Outlaw. I think he's a good guy. Kyla is asking my thoughts on snap caps for practice clearance drills and dry fire exercises. Yes, I do have them. I do use them, especially in my double action, single actions, because you don't want to put, stress on your firing pin and things like that. So yes, I mean, snap caps are good. You can actually mix them in your mags. The only thing is as they eject, if you're at a range, you want to be able to find them because some snap caps are not. If you get those little cheesy plastic ones, they suck. So get the aluminum ones. They last a lot longer. I've broken plenty of those plastic ones that were given to me, and they're shit. So just buy. I mean, I don't want to say they're shit. They're better than nothing, but just kind of buy once, cry once, and get the aluminum ones. They last a lot longer, and they will they will work. Now, what you could also do, and I've done this before, is in your mag, you can actually just get a case. Won't have a bullet in it. It'll just have a case. And you can actually stagger a case in your mag. If you're at the range, you could just pick up, make sure it's 9mm, pick up a case, and you can actually load them in there. And they're, of course, they're not going to fire because it doesn't have bullet or gunpowder in it. And the primer's already been popped. And if you know somebody who reloads, they can actually make you fake bullets where there's no gunpowder in it. And you can mark them, however you want to do them. Some people mark them up with marks a lot, or they'll do a different colored bullet. And I've got some of those too. So just make sure you're not playing with real live rounds. All right, yeah, we're getting real close. Any other questions or comments or anything y'all can think of? Check out that Harry's holster sale. Like I said, that's a smoking deal on his Gen 2s. I read off the offerings earlier that he's got a ton of them, or not a ton left. And I don't know how many he has left. This was just like an hour or two ago when he announced it. So if you want to get something for a really good deal that's already on sale, like 38% off, and then you can use my code, Big Johnson, capital B, capital J, all smashed together. That'll save you an additional 10% off. So you can get a hell of a holster. Now, it does come with the clips, the steel clips. Does not come with the claw or the wedge. So those are additional, but this is, that's a heck of a deal. If you look at the regular price, you'll see what I'm saying. Chipman, yeah, that's the dumbest shit I've ever seen in the world. And if you looked at what he said, he thinks that AR-15s are mass, war guns and all this other stuff. This guy's a freaking chode. Yeah, he needs to go pump sand. And also, well, I live in Texas. I know where Waco is. I know where all that happened. And they had plenty of opportunity to arrest David Koresh many, many thousands of times when he was in town driving around doing what he wanted to do, and they chose to go do that. So, yeah, bullshit. Bullshit. What do I think of the SIG Rattler? I think it's very small. I mean, if you're looking for something small and compact, that's it. Personally, I haven't shot one. I've played with one. It's very small. A lot of people who have them really like them. I have no interest in it personally, but if that's something that you would like, grab it. I know that the prices now have shot way up on them, but I love 300 Blackout. 300 Blackout's awesome. So if that's what you're interested in, grab one. James Johnson is saying, just picked up a PO7. Any trigger upgrades to bring the single action pull out a bit? Or probably, I think are you saying single action pull out a bit? Are you meaning less? Because I'll just let you know this. If you just picked it up on a PO7, it's going to feel kind of gritty right off the bat. You need to shoot about 3, and I know right now it's hard to do that, but shoot about 300 rounds through it. The trigger, you'll lose a lot of that crunchiness. It'll be gone. And the trigger actually gets softer the more you shoot it. Once you have a broke-in PO7, your single action pull will be about 3 pounds, 2 ounces. Your double action will still be heavy. I've got thousands and thousands of rounds through both my PO7s. So your trigger will get better. I have opted not to put any Cajun Pro Kit or anything like that in it because I shoot it fine. Because if you think about it, you're going to carry it decocked, unless you choose to carry the safety. But you're going to carry it decocked. So your first pull is going to be like half cocked because it's decocked. So you're going to have a less of a pull rather than full double action. And then every shot after that is going to be single action. So, if you train with it that way, you're going to get used to it. But I really haven't done anything to either one of my PO7s or my PO9s as far as the trigger. Now, you can put lighter springs in it. You can put extended firing pins. You can do all that crap. But honestly, I mean, it's a pretty nice single action trigger once you get it worn in. Let's see here. Honey Badger is awesome. Yeah, it's really cool. CZ life. Yeah, I love the CZs. Yeah, and this is another thing, and I'm not picking on anybody, but did I lose them all in the river trying to cross in a poor made boat? You know, when people say, "Oh, I lost all my guns in a boating accident and stuff," quit saying that, man. Because I'm telling you, if shit gets bad, you know, you're gonna need to stand up with those guns. So I don't. I definitely don't. I'm not gonna lose all my guns in a boating accident. Texas, and you're from Florida, I'm assuming, if I remember right. We do recognize each other's. If you have your LTC or CHL, you can open carry in Texas, perfectly acceptable. There'll be some places that will have a 30-07 sign. So if you see 30.07, that means you cannot open carry in that establishment, but you can just pull your shirt over it and that's concealed. So that's the deal. But yes, anything other than a 30-07 sign, you can open carry. Hey, thanks, C Kim. Yeah, I appreciate it. Y'all smash that thumbs up. They definitely help. You know, hell, this will probably be demonetized too, and I haven't even done anything wrong. But I have a feeling YouTube is not happy with me for some reason. But whatever. If y'all don't have any more questions or any more comments, we'll shut this bad boy down. Yeah, Will is saying, still on the fence, staccato P or C2, leaning towards the P with steel frame. Just depends on what you want to do, Will. Like I was saying earlier, the C2 is the alloy frame, so it's definitely lighter. The P is heavier. It's a little bit bigger. And the C2 takes all the big mags, so you can just throw the larger mags in there and they'll roll. You just don't want to hammer them in there because you'll have over insertion, and you can bend your little extractor at the top, or your little, God dang it, I can't think of the damn name of it. The mag can hit it, so just be careful. Wow, that's a good question. Keith is asking, what is my favorite CZ carry gun? Honestly, it is probably between two. If I'm going double action, single action, it's my P07. Y'all have seen it, the camoed one with the Holosun and stuff on it, and the comp. If I'm going striker fire, it is my P10C. So either one of them, I've got two of them. And then I've got the P10F. I've carried the P10F before. It's got the SRO on it, and I don't mind it. It doesn't matter to me, but I normally carry the P10C, and I carry it with the +2. Yeah, that's the thing. I might have a problem with every new gun video. I want another one. Yeah, I mean, if you see something that really catches your eye, you know. NWR 918 is saying, do I have a bag gun or a truck gun? Yes, I've actually done videos on this. I do not leave anything in the truck. There's nothing in the truck. It comes with me. But yes, I do travel with some goodies. People probably know, but I've talked about it in other videos, but we won't get into it. But yes, because if I'm out of town, sometimes a pistol won't do. Shadow Compact is very nice. All right. Well, yeah, and like I said, if y'all are interested, go over to Wheel and Weld Arm. He just hit his 1,000 subscribers. He's doing that giveaway. It's a 6.8, giving away a complete upper, brand new. I think it's from, is it Radian? I think he said, but you can go over and check it out. But you know, that'd be nice to win. I'm not entering because even if I wanted, I'd give it to somebody else. But I mean, I want a 6.8, but it's not from, you know, I don't enter giveaways to win. You know, I want y'all to win it. So go over and subscribe to him. Check out his video. I think you have to send him an email or send your email to him, and that's the way he's entering it. Super easy. But yeah, and if y'all have any questions after this, you know, leave them. I will answer them later on this evening because I'm not doing anything but drinking whiskey in my Whataburger cup with a little bit of Coke Zero in it. But okay, before I forget, Floridian, the Mexican place is called Lupi Tortilla. go to Loopy Tortilla and have their beef fajita or their beef fajita steak. They do it with, you can get it with jalapenos, red and green jalapenos all over it. Oh, and even habaneros. They'll do a mixture for you because I like stuff hot. They put cheese on it, and it's the skirt steak, and they marinate it for like 48 hours in lime juice and stuff. It's amazing. But it's Loopy Tortilla, so you got to try it. That's the place I was trying to think of earlier. Who normally does your customization of your firearms? You definitely have some beauties. Thank you, Armsman. I appreciate it. Fire for Effect has done a lot of them. They've done 4 of them. Matter of fact, should be getting my thing that I've talked about for this has been going on almost 2 years. That is coming to the end. So we've just gone over the paint scheme, and he's working all of that. So that'll be done. And then also Vulcan Machine Works. They have done the custom. Well, it's my old STI 45, and they modernized it. So that's the camo 45 that I have. They do really great work too. So, you know, I highly recommend both of them. So if that works for you, and it depends on if you're wanting CZs done or staccatos or something like that. Fire for Effect specializes in CZs. I mean, they do everything, but they know CZs like the back of their hand. So that would be my go-to for CZs. Vulcan Machine Works would be like for staccatos, STIs, things like that. And even old 1911s, they can put dots on 1911s also, just like they did mine. But thank you, Armsman. I appreciate it. Texas Steak Challenge. Yeah, I'm not eating that 72-ounce steak. I posted that. Man, I've seen people attempt it when I've been in there before, and that's freaking a lot of food. Good Lord. That thing looks like a bar stool top, the steak does. It's like this thick. It's like that thick, and it's literally like that big. It's like a damn bar stool. There's no way I could do that. And what's crazy, there is a girl that is like the national eating champion. They did that, and she, I think, she ate 3 of those challenges, 3 steaks, 3 baked potatoes, 3 salads, 3 rolls, was it 3, 6, 9 shrimp, and she ate all of that in like 12 freaking minutes. And she's won it, that Texas challenge, or Texas Big Texan challenge. She ate 3 of those damn things, 3 full meals, and she's a woman. She's not even big. She ate all that. I'm like, good God. So that's crazy. Shadow Systems are nice guns. They're made actually in Plano, Texas. And I've played with them. I haven't shot one yet. I've played with them, and I think it's a nice gun. If you're looking for a Glock type gun, I think it's a good look. Oh, another gun I forgot about that's coming out. Bull Armory. Y'all probably all know Bull Armory. They have a new gun coming out that's called the Axe, A-X-E. And it's basically a take on Glock, but it's got more of a 1911 angle. The polymer's firmer. It looks pretty badass. They've got like 3 options. I don't know. It's not in the States yet, but it's called the Bull Axe. So you can go on and look it up. It's pretty cool looking. Yeah. 3 trips to the bathroom. Man, I mean, they would have to have a bucket beside me because there's no way I could hold that down. Yeah, but exactly, it was on Man versus Food, but that was just one steak challenge. This chick ate 3 full meals. There's a video on it. You can go watch it. It's insane. And she's just picking it up and eating it like a freaking bear. She's just tearing it up. So, but hey, I appreciate y'all so much. You know, smash that thumbs up. If you have any questions, let me know. And if there's anything that we can get into on the next chat, let me know. I do have some stuff coming up. I've got some people that are going to be on. Don't want to say who they are yet. We're trying to pin down the exact times, but I think y'all are going to be excited about it. It's industry people. I'll give that away. And yeah, well, industry people, we'll just kind of leave it at that. But I think it's going to be pretty cool and pretty exciting. But I appreciate y'all so much. And yes, on the regular challenge, I think it's $74 for, you know, your food. If you finish it, you don't pay for it. It's free, but I think you have to agree to pay $74 if you don't finish it. So that's that big Texan challenge. But I appreciate y'all so much. Have a great night, everyone. Be safe. Carry on.